Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn about how to install Openalgo inside a Mac. Here is my pretty old Mac Air book. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the VS Code. Of course, VS Code is already, it should be installed. And I'll go to File, I'm going to go to an open folder. And then I'll create a new folder over here. So I'll say Openalgo -Mac. So the name could be anything. I want to create that and then I want to open up the folder, right? So followed by that, what I'm also going to do is I'll go and do some preliminary checks. So I'll go to the new terminal and then I'm also going to check whether Python is installed. Of course, Python has to be installed. So you can just simply type Python 3 hyphen version. So that should be giving you the Python version, and Git also has to be installed. So you can just check Git hyphen version. You have to ensure that Git SEM is installed. If in case Git is not installed, you have to go and get the Git version downloaded from Git SEM, right? So followed by that, right, so you also have to ensure that pip has been installed. So if in case you haven't installed pip, you can just type brew. So you can just give it, I'll show you in the terminal. In my case I already installed, so you can just simply type brew install uv, right? So these are the three mandatory things that you need to install. So in my case, all the three things are already available. So now we are good to go and install Openalgo. So to install Openalgo, right, we can go and get it from the GitHub. So, or probably you can also get it from the Openalgo portal as well. So if you go to the Openalgo portal, you'll be having the GitHub link, right? So you can go there and you can copy the GitHub link and now come back to the VS Code terminal. All you have to do is git clone the Openalgo GitHub URL, type enter, and that should be cloning the complete Openalgo. Complete source code will be available locally for you to run your own algorithmic trading platform. Now, once you're done with that, I'm gonna say I'm gonna get into the Openalgo folder, cd space Openalgo. Right. The first thing what you always need to do is you have to clone the .sample.env file. So there'll be a .sample.env file where we will be keeping our broker credentials. Right. So the .sample.env file. I'm gonna copy this. Right? This is a file. I'm gonna copy this. So cp is for copy. .sample.env. I'm going to copy to a .env file. So the .env file, so basically it contains all the environmental file where our broker credentials also going to sit in. So here's where the broker API key and API secret key is going to be there. So I'm going to go and configure a particular broker. Let's say I'm going to go and configure for a particular broker. Let's say zero the. So that's a redirect URL I'm going to configure. I'm going to copy this redirect URL. And I'll go to the brokers developer portal. So let me go on to the brokers developer portal here. So from the broker developer portal, in my case, I had already created. Otherwise, you have to go and create a new app, enter the redirect URL, ensure that you have access to both place order as well as historical data. So sometimes broker charge some little fee for historical data charts, and many brokers they provide free of cost, right? So in my case, I already have access to data placement, place order and historical data API, and also the WebSocket codes as well. So that's the thing that I'm gonna go and enter. So I'll enter the redirect URL and you just enter your client ID if it requires. I'm gonna save it, and that will be giving me a API key and also an API secret. So I'm gonna go and copy the API key and API secret key. So in case of Zerodha, it is straightforward, but whereas there are many brokers, the .env configuration is little different. It varies from brokers to brokers. So I'm gonna give Control S now. You can see that if I don't give Control S, automatically the one will show that it is not saved. So I'll ensure that Control S, so that will be saved. You can see that you don't see that number anymore. So I'm gonna close this right away, right? So the .env configuration is over. Now it is time to go and restart Openalgo. So I'm gonna start Openalgo. So I'm gonna type uv run app.py. So that's an entry point. I'm going to type enter, and that will be running the installing all the Python libraries, create a virtual environment, and it'll be start running the Python as well. For the very first time, it takes little time to create the database, to install those libraries, and almost 147 libraries is what right now we've been using to power up Openalgo, and completely powered by Python Flask. So once the complete installation has been done, now it is completely ready to start with Openalgo. Right, you'll be seeing a banner showing that the Python Openalgo is running. So right now you will be shown two versions. So one is 1.0.5, that is the .env version. Let me go and show you the .env. So .env version, right? So whenever we are publishing a new version, you may have to re-update the .env file. And the second version, what you will be seeing is Python Openalgo version itself. Right now, the running version is like 1.0.41, right? And where you can find the version is probably once the application is started, you'll be finding that version over here, like version 1.0.0.41. And yeah, so these are the endpoints where your Python app is running. So maybe if in case if there are times Mac the port 5000, that's where the Flask application is running. So sometimes it might be used by AirPlay or some other services. If in case if you feel like you need to change the ports, you can always change the port from the procedure over here. So you can go and change the port from here. So you may have to change the port here, maybe you have to change here as well. And wherever there has been 5000 is there, you may have to replace it with a different number, if in case, only if in case you are using Mac and your ports are showing that the port 5000 is already used, you may have to change it, right? So okay, now let's go and launch Openalgo. So I'm going to control click. That will be launching Openalgo for the very first time. I'm going to log in, so it will be asking me to set up for the very first time. So remember, Openalgo is a single user application, means you can connect only one trading account. You can connect 25 plus brokers, any of the broker you can connect, but only one broker at any given point in time, right? So that's how Openalgo works. If in case if you want multiple broker to be connected, then you have to deploy multiple Openalgo. So I'm going to go and enter credentials over here. Okay. So once the credentials has been done, let me create the account, and I'm going to enter the login credentials. And I'm going to enter my broker credentials as well. Of course, it's going to ask me for an TOTP. Let me go and quickly get my TOTP here. So once I'm done with my TOTP, I'll be back to my login account. So in my login account, you can see that automatically the master contract is getting downloaded. So this master contract download, every time it will be downloaded fresh. Every time you're going to do a fresh login. If you restart your application, your master contract will not be downloaded. But if you are login for the very first time, the master contract will be downloaded, and this is very much essential for starting the algorithmic trading, right? So and you can also toggle between live mode and analyzer mode, right? So analyzer mode will be providing you like kind of an walk forward testing access, so that you can test your strategies live before going to the actual markets, right? So it is only for the testing purpose only, not for any other purpose as well. And ensure that the master contract LED is green, and followed by that it also displays the broker name at the top, so that you know what broker that you connected with. And apart from that, you can also go and check out the sandbox controls from here, right? And you also can get the API key. This is the most important section, where you can go and check the API keys. You can copy the API keys, and you can use it to trade with TradingView, AMI Broker, or Python, Node.js, Java, script, or whatever the language of your own choice. And we also have an API playground as well, right? So this API playground, let's say I'm in a live mode and want to access my funds from the broker, and that is gonna get me the funds from the broker automatically. It will be getting me the funds, right? And also I'll be able to place the orders right? So you can go and test the playground, you can go and test the APIs of your own choice. And as usual, like every other broker, we have the order book, trade book, position book, and action center. This is a place. Maybe let's say, like, I'm going to show a sample over here. Let's say if I want to send in a semi-automatic mode, right? So I can go and turn on the semi-automatic mode. Now, any orders, if I'm sending, let's say I'm going to send an order from here. So I'll say, I'll go to the place order. I will say, like, I want to send an order in cash and carry, CNC. I'm going to send the order. So if any order I'm going to send, the order will not be punched immediately, right? It will be queued in the semi-automatic action center. So you can go see that the action center shows that yes, the strategy is there, and you can go and approve or reject. It's up to you. Like, it's like kind of a semi-automatic trading for traders. And if in case if you want full auto, so you can always go to, let's say I'll just change it to the API key. You can change the mode to fully automated mode, so that any orders which you are transmitting automatically, right, you will be able to send seamlessly. 100% automation is possible here with this fully automated mode. And on the sidebar, on the profile bar, right? So profile navigation drop down bar, you have this profile and Telegram bot. Yes, you can configure your own Telegram bot as well. So means any order has been sent, immediately you'll be notified through Telegram bot. Telegram bot also has its own special capabilities, right? So probably I'll give you the link in the comment description down below, so that you can go and see the complete Telegram bot features, right? So you can go and enable Telegram bots, right? You can also handle it via Python SDKs as well. And the strategy section, this is where our future OMS is going to be, like internal small mini strategy risk management engine will be there. Right now it is pretty basic, and very soon it will be getting upgraded. We've been keep working on that for quite some time now, and I think we are in the finalizing stage of releasing an very interesting strategy section. So more on that we'll talk about later. And we have this log section here where we have live logs, analyzer logs, and latency monitor. So this is for anything about logs, right? So if in case you are sending any live orders, it'll be tracked under live logs. Analyzer logs tracks about only about the sandbox based orders for testing purpose and walk forward testing. So analyzer logs will be available there, and latency monitor to measure the speed of your every order. And followed by that, we have a traffic monitor to check any incoming request, and the security logs to check if there is any malicious requests are incoming, so that we can go and block it manually. And of course the link to the documentation as well. Now if in case you're a fan of the web-based trading platforms, so let's say like the platforms like TradingView, co-charting, and charting, and you want to integrate with Openalgo, that is now totally possible. So you can go and click on configure TradingView or configure co-charting and configure charting link. You'll be getting access to the webhook links, and you can use this to trade strategies or alerts from indicators or alert from trend lines. All those things are possible now inside Openalgo itself. Right, I guess that's a pretty basic explainer. And of course, you can also go to the profile section as well. And if in case you want to change, you can change themes. Like we have like now 30 plus themes available. Let's say like one of my favorite theme is like lemonade. You can go and change your own themes. You can flip back to whatever the theme of your own choice, right? I would stick to lemonade or and sandbox mode theme. So if I'm going to switch to the sandbox mode theme, always will be standard. It's a Dracula theme that we've been using, and it's completely standard. And it doesn't changes themes when you're in sandbox mode, right? So that that's an active Dracula theme. You cannot switch themes, by the way. Like you cannot switch themes in analyzer mode, right? And that's a standard that we've been following. Whereas if you are changing yourself from analyzer mode, or which is the sandbox mode I would like to call it, then you are allowed to change themes. You also have a variation of switching between like dark theme and light theme as well, right? And if in case from the profile settings, you can also reach SMTP configuration. This is for resetting your password, and TOTP authentication as well. This is again to reset your own password, not for any other purpose as well, right? So you can use this to reset your password, so that if in case if you forget, you can always reset your password. So these are like one-time settings. You have to set your SMTP configuration and TOTP configuration. I'll also again provide the link in the YouTube description down below so that you know where to go and do the settings, how to do the settings. Everything is explained in those videos. And I guess that's a pretty much basic about Openalgo. There are a lot more to it. So hope you'll be exploring more about Openalgo, and let me know how it works in your Mac machine in the comment down below. Thank you. Bye-bye.